Most people think their life is decided by big moments, but it isn't. It's decided in the first hour of the morning when nobody is watching. Your morning is the only honest mirror you face, not your plans, not your intentions, your actions. And the hard truth is this: time moves like a river. It doesn't slow down because you're tired. It doesn't pause because you're confused. It keeps moving quietly every day, taking another piece of your life with it. If you've ever felt that quiet regret, like years disappeared while you were getting ready, you already understand what I'm about to tell you. I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying it because I've lived it. I've wasted mornings thinking I had time. I've given away hours to distraction, comfort, and noise, and later wondered why my life felt scattered. The Stoics understood this. They didn't treat mornings like a casual start. They treated them like a checkpoint, a moment to decide who they would be before the world tried to decide for them. Here's the promise. If you use your morning with purpose, you will feel calmer, sharper, and more in control. You will stop spending the day recovering from a weak start. You will begin building a life that feels directed, not accidental. So pause and listen closely. Don't skip, because each truth depends on the one before it. First, time does not forgive. Every morning you waste becomes part of a life you can't reclaim. Ask yourself, if today was your last clean chance, would you still scroll and delay? The Stoic mind begins with this awareness. So when you wake up, remind yourself, this day will never return. Then act like it. Second, if you don't choose your morning, the world chooses it for you. Notifications, noise, other people's urgency, these things steal your direction before you even stand up. The Stoics train control from the inside out. So delay the world. Keep your mind quiet for a few minutes. Decide what matters before anything demands you. Third, comfort is the most expensive addiction. It feels harmless, but it turns strong men into soft ones slowly. Discipline is the price of freedom. So do one hard thing early, before comfort has a chance to talk you out of your life. If this hit you, comment this: I will not waste today. Share this with someone drifting, and subscribe, because tomorrow morning starts with what you choose right now. You don't notice time leaving at first. It slips out the way water slips through your fingers. Quiet, steady, almost polite. Then one day you look up and realize years have passed and you can't clearly explain what you built with them. That's the moment most people panic or pretend they don't care. But you're here because you still have mornings left. And mornings are where a life can be corrected before it becomes a regret you have to carry. Let me tell you something from experience. These aren't ideas I collected to sound wise. They're lessons I paid for. I've lived through late starts, distracted weeks, and months that disappeared into noise. I know what it feels like to keep promising yourself you'll get serious soon, and then waking up to the same scattered life. And that's why the Stoic way matters. Not because it makes you look calm, but because it forces you to live like your time is fragile, because it is. Men like Marcus Aurelius weren't posting quotes to feel inspired. They were writing to themselves because they understood something most people avoid. Life is short, and the mind is easy to lose. Epictetus didn't talk about control as a concept. He lived it as a survival skill. Seneca didn't warn about wasted time to sound poetic. He warned because wasted time becomes wasted life. And once it's gone, you don't get it back. Here's what you gain if you take this seriously. You stop bleeding hours without noticing. You stop being led by distractions and moods. You become calmer, not because life is easy, but because your standards are strong. So pause for a second and reflect. Are you still living like you have unlimited mornings on? The first lesson is this: modern life is built to scatter you. Your phone, your feed, the constant noise. It doesn't just steal time, it steals identity. The Stoic rule is simple. Guard your attention like you guard your life, because it is your life. Tomorrow morning, begin with silence before you begin with input. Decide what matters before the world tells you what matters. When you live this way, you become someone who cannot be pulled apart by chaos. Say it with me. I protect my time because I respect my life. If this feels real, comment that line. Share this with someone drifting, and subscribe. because the next truth builds the foundation you have been missing. If you feel behind in life, it usually isn't because you lack talent. It's because your mind is being touched, pulled, and scattered before you even get a chance to aim it. The world reaches for you the moment you wake up. A screen, a message, a headline, a problem that isn't yours yet. And before you know it, you spend the whole day reacting, trying to recover the clarity you never protected in the first place. That is how people lose years, not through failure, through drift. I want you to understand something important. Your morning is not just the start of your day, it's the start of your identity. It's the first moment you decide whether you live on purpose or by default. And the reason mornings matter so much is simple. Your mind is most honest when it first wakes up. It hasn't fully been shaped by noise yet. It's like wet clay. The shape you give it early becomes the shape you carry all day. Here's the promise. If you take control of the first hour, you will feel clearer. You will feel calmer. You will feel a quiet urgency, not panic, but direction. You will stop living like someone who's constantly catching up. You'll begin living like someone who is building. So pause and ask yourself, when was the last time you started a day with intention instead of escape? Don't skip this, because what comes next is not motivation. It's standards. The first lesson is that focus is not a personality trait. You are not born distracted. You are trained to be distracted. And anything trained can be retrained. The Stoics understood this. Attention is your most valuable possession. If you lose it, you lose yourself. So tomorrow morning, refuse the world for a few minutes. No scrolling, no opinions, no outside voices. Sit in silence and choose one thing that matters today. One task, one direction. That small act is not about productivity, it's about authority. Because every time you choose your focus, you become harder to control. You become steadier. You become the kind of person who doesn't need perfect conditions to move forward. Say this with me and write it in the comments if you mean it. I direct my mind before the world does. If this grounded you, share it with someone who's drifting. Subscribe if you want the next lesson, because this is how you rebuild a life from the first hour. At some point, you stop needing more information. You start needing more honesty, because the truth is you don't need more time. You need fewer excuses. Most people aren't losing their life in dramatic ways. They're losing it slowly through small delays, soft decisions, and mornings that begin with surrender. They keep saying, I'll start tomorrow, not realizing that tomorrow is just another name for the same habits. So pause for a moment and reflect. How many times have you promised yourself you would change, and then used comfort as an excuse to stay the same? The mind will always look for an easy path. It will tell you that discipline can wait, that you deserve rest before you have earned it, that you'll be more motivated later. But later is where dreams go to die quietly. I'm not asking you for a big transformation today. I'm asking you for a commitment, because commitment is what separates a man who builds from a man who drifts. The Stoics didn't wait to feel ready. They trained themselves to act according to principle, not emotion. They understood that self-control isn't about being harsh. It's about being free. And freedom begins when you stop negotiating with your weaker self. Here's the promise. If you commit now, this morning, you will start to feel something change. Not outside you, inside you. You will become steadier. You will waste less time arguing with yourself. You will begin to trust your own word again. That trust is rare, and it's priceless. So listen closely and don't skip what comes next. Each truth builds the next, like a chain. Break one link and the whole structure collapses. But if you hold each one day after day, you build a life that cannot be easily shaken. The lesson is simple. Ownership is the first discipline. If your life is not where you want it to be, it is not the world's fault. It is not your past. It is your daily choices. And the morning is where those choices are made clean before the day dirties your mind. Tomorrow morning, pick one small promise and keep it before anything else. Make your bed. Sit in silence. Write one sentence of intention. Do one hard thing. That is how you rebuild your identity, one quiet act at a time. If you're ready, comment this. I will not negotiate with weakness. Share this with someone who keeps delaying. And subscribe, because the next lessons are the ones that separate discipline from regret.